world's fastest computer, the supercomputer, has been tasked with finding a cure. The Energy Department's Summit supercomputer is being used by researchers to comb through a database of more than 8,000 existing compounds. The world's smartest, fastest supercomputer, just one tool in the arsenal of those racing to find a cure for COVID-19. The Summit supercomputer at Oak Ridge National Laboratory, used by researchers to comb through a database of more than 8,000 existing compounds to see which combinations might prevent cell infection of this COVID-19. The research is currently ongoing, but with the help of Summit scientists have already been able to perform simulations that resulted in outputs they believe will help pave the way for experimentation that can support researchers on their quest for a cure for the novel coronavirus. NextGov reports Energy in 2014 partnered with IBM, NVIDIA, and Mellanox in a contract worth hundreds of millions actually, to produce the Summit supercomputer, enhanced civilian-focused scientific research, and also the Sierra supercomputer, which was designed for nuclear weapon simulation and is located at Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory in California. An Oak Ridge official confirmed Wednesday that Summit has not previously been used to address public health emergencies or virus outbreaks in the past. But following the speedy outbreak of new coronavirus strains, Smith found a relevant study recently published by Chinese scientists and realized that he and his team, quote, could take their work further, unquote, with Summit's help. So, to infect our cells, viruses bind to spike proteins, S protein, injecting their genetic substance into host cells. However, if drug companies bind to a spike proteins on a virus, they could potentially block it from infecting humans. Unfortunately, the process of effectively narrowing down the range of drugs that could work in blocking the virus is very slow. Beyond that, each variable holds millions to billions of unique pieces of data. And to make that effort faster, researchers are using the supercomputer. Quote, in any situation where time is a critical factor, for example, a health issue or a company trying to get a new product out to market, supercomputers can play a critical role through digital simulation. It would be prohibitively time-consuming for researchers to grow virus cultures and test them with a near infinite amount of molecular compounds that exist in the physical world. IBM's Vice President, Exascale Systems, Dave Turek, told NextGov, quote, so supercomputers like Summit can speed up that process by digitally simulating the effect to narrow down the range of possibilities researchers can look into, end quote. In other words, to put the Summit supercomputer's advances capabilities into perspective, Turek expressed that NextGov, if every person on Earth, he says, completed one calculation per second, would take 305 days to do what Summit can do in 1 second. The team found 77 small molecule compounds, such as medications and natural compounds that they suspect may be of value for experimental testing, according to a press release announced on the study. Several researchers have already claimed to have a vaccine for COVID-19. However, whether or not they used a research from Summit is unknown. In fact, CNBC reports that there are at least 9 companies working on a vaccine or treatment for COVID-19, while some have sensationally claimed to have a vaccine already developed, like Medicago and Inovio Pharmaceuticals, which is backed by the Bill Gates Foundation. An Israeli research lab has also claimed to have created a vaccine or is weeks away from doing so. However, the Defense Ministry later denied those claims. Australia has also made claims to have developed a vaccine which was alleged to have been produced by researchers at the University of Queensland, and Chinese scientists claim to have developed a vaccine as well, according to China's embassy in Russia, Zhang Hanhui, quoted by Interfax. The diplomat said, the vaccine has already been developed in China. It shows the immunity's capability to fight the virus, but that's just preliminary. One needs further checks and developments, they said. He also claimed that an effective medication against coronavirus was found. Quote, the practice shows that Chinese drugs are effective. There has not been a single case of complication as long as the medication is taken. The overall effectiveness rates of Chinese medications exceed 85% of all cases. In some areas, it exceeds 90%, I quote, the Chinese diplomat said. Others, like Serum Institute, the world's largest vaccine manufacturer by volume, claims that a vaccine would not be available until 2022, a whopping 2 years from now. Meanwhile, here in the US, health officials are claiming that testing for a coronavirus vaccine can begin within just 6 weeks, which means there may be a potential promising breakthrough for a vaccine, but that does not ensure safety. If all else fails, there's still Summit to add in the search for drugs that could help combat the highly infectious virus. With Summit, we're talking about the supercomputer. This by Aaron Kessel, Creative Commons, on The Mind Unleashed. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.